some point I decided that I wanted to have another QHHT session with my hypnotherapist. So I reached out, like I had a very specific goal, which was to understand more the depth of who I am and, how I'm supposed to function and like, what does all this mean? Like to kind of like integrate it. And I was hoping that we would be able to do that. So in our session, an ex who, one of the greatest loves of my life, even though our time was very brief and actually we never got to physically meet, who had been deployed and then ghosted me, was there. Like, we are deeply energetically connected. He is no doubt one of my divine partners. And my hypnotherapist could be like, could you please just leave? Can you leave? She doesn't want, if you won't talk to her like in the physical, leave her here. And he wouldn't leave. And he's like, I'm trying to do what you asked. And it was like he had this, those like flip picture books, and he just was like flipping this book that was like endless. And it was like all these pages, like, but I don't know what was on them, and it was coming. And I just felt like I was receiving so much information that I was like blown away. And I'm like, I think he's actually doing what I asked. And then I got this feeling of like some kind of fragmentation, like he was trying to explain that there was a fragmentation of his essence. And I couldn't quite put it together. I didn't have the knowledge at that time to really understand what he was telling me. I think now I have a better idea. But nonetheless, shortly thereafter, I got this image of my mom and something not being right. My mom has passed from this time and space. So I asked like my shamanic practitioner, can we like just check in on my mom in one of my sessions? I'm like, I think there's something going on, but I didn't quite explain what. And he's like, yeah, oh, okay. She has like a fragmented, he calls it a soul. Her soul is fragmented. She's fragmented. She didn't come into this human body in this time and space whole, which made a lot of sense. She struggled with a lot of things in this life, and I believe that was like a really big reason for it. So I said, well, what can we do? And he asked, the guides, the allies, and they said, yeah, we can do a ceremony. So we did a beautiful ceremony where we essentially we put together all of my mom's fragmented pieces. And at the end, she was glorious. Her hair was like golden, and she had this crown with like a giant emerald and sapphires. And she was wearing this gown that was white with these giant bell sleeves with golden edges that were very intricate, and same thing around the bottom. And she basically was at the gates, and they were gorgeous and huge. And she's just like, well, I'm not coming back here. I'm done. This was my last human life. Thank you so much. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share so you can see more. Thank you all. I love you so much.